tardes.
To so tla našpičena, po katerih detonira telomina, ne ker bi jo tla pognala, temveč ker lahko.
Vina v tem obdobju zmanjkalo ne bo, zato se ga naužite v največji možni meri.
E dar tamén as gracias a todos os membros do equipo pola súa axuda e polo ben que nos están cuidando.
Poezija živi in ima zvesto in naraščajočo publiko pri nas, povezuje ljudi in nas senzibilizira na velike izzive, ki so pred nami. 26. mednarodni pesniški festival Dnevi poezije in vina, mislim, da to s svojimi dogodki zelo jasno dokazuje. 15 mest, preko 20 tujih avtorjev in preko 100 drugih vključenih umetnic in umetnikov. Ta magija, ki pa tu ostane potem v teh krajih, kjer se festival dogaja, knjige, ki ostanejo in pa trajne človeške izkušnje sledi, pričujejo, da ima dolgoročni smisel in sled, kar počnemo, in to me zelo navdušuje in navdaja z velikim upanjem za prihodnost.
Govoril, preveč priden slikar ni dober slikar, tako da pravzaprav morate veliko učivati. Ja, učitek je pravzaprav enako pomemben kot delo.
It comes to the page, you try to bring it fully forth onto the page, and then what you're asking is, then what? Then you start to change it.
I was invited by Ailesh, and I knew him. I had seen him read, I had read his work. We knew each other slightly. Now I know him much better. I wanted to accept Ailesh's invitation, and he had a really interesting proposal. He said, we are going to publish a selection of your poetry in Slovenian, and we're going to translate it in advance, and you'll have a book. And I was so happy about this. And I was corresponding all year with Christina Kochan about little matters, like what did you really mean about this word and this phrase? And it was a very fruitful discussion. I really had to think myself, back during the whole of my work, and she made a beautiful translation. And the book is so beautifully designed that I don't know what other people get from my work. I'm interested in what young people think of it because they come to Earth in a different time. They have a different formation, a different history, and I'm curious about whether it moves them or touches them in some way. I'm grateful to be read and to have people curious about my writing or to listen when I give a reading. Last night was a really intense audience and very receptive and was beautiful. It's almost like maybe the experience of actors in the theater. You can work, you can do it better because of the energy in the environment. It draws something out of you also. Some subjects are difficult because they come out of experiences or memories that are traumatic, and those are the difficult ones. But I like the experience of actually writing and knowing that it's going to be a poem, I don't like to use the word good and bad, but it's going to be a poem. I'm creating something that's going to last, that I'm going to share. This is an exhilarating feeling. It's also, before it comes to the page, it can be kind of excruciating, It's always the same experience of creative joy, The subject isn't so important. It's how intense the language is and how musical the language is and how precise and how compressed. Ljubljana is a jewel of a city. It's a beautiful scale of a city because it's entirely walkable you know, everything is close to everything else. It's an intimate city. This village is exquisite. I was just walking in it last night. I plan to explore in the day today. The journey from Ljubljana to Ptuj is a very beautiful one. We passed through some villages. We went to the ruins of a monastery, so I got to wind through little towns, and I met Aleš Steger's parents in the town nearby where he grew up. I also loved Vilenica. Those caves were so mysterious. And nearby, the Lipica, the horses, there's a stable that I believe was the one that my grandfather worked in when he was a boy. I didn't want to leave Ljubljana, and now I don't want to leave Ptuj, so.
משהו עם חוקים ברורים, מוטב עם מספרים. על מספרים אפשר לסמוך, הם אמינים, לא כמו המילים, שאומרות דבר אחד ומתכוונות לדבר שני.
I start writing with the first line. Every time I have to invent, just imagine the first line of my poem, and I have there in this first line already a model of rhythm for a whole poem. My process of writing is actually not writing at all, but walking. And then I repeat this first line, and then I can invent another one, and I keep repeating it and walking. And when I am back, I can just write it down. I write the most, of course, about love, and I would recommend my poetry to everybody who is in love, or was in love, or will be in love in the future. So it's for everybody. Not everyone likes poetry. It's for a few special people, but I think that my poetry is for everyone. I went to Slovenia several years ago for this festival in Medana. It was organized in Medana. So I was very happy with the very good memories from that festival, and I was very happy to go again to Slovenia. I like Slovenia a lot. And I accepted this invitation because it's a festival of poetry and wine. So if would be festival of poetry, I could think about it because there was many festivals of poetry. But if it's festival of poetry and wine, of course I have to go. I have to accept.
Imeli smo, mislim, da če se ne motim, proračun 3000 slovenskih tolarjev sit in ogromno entuzijazma. Rekli smo, da bomo osvojili svet, da bomo spremenili svet.
Dnevi poezije in vina je res nekaj posebnega, zato ker pripelje na Ptuj in seveda tudi v druga partnerska mesta vrhunec sodobne poezije. Dejansko lahko ljudje slišijo pesnike in pesnice z celega sveta in dejansko se tukaj pokaže, kaj vse zmore sodobna poezija. Na Ptuju vlada vedno res čudovito vzdušje, povezuje se pesniška skupnost z lokalno skupnostjo in vse to so neprecenljive stvari. Kot bodoča programska vodja festivala se zavedam dejstva, da vstopam v zelo velike čevlje, ker pa seveda ne vidim v prihodnost, ne bi rada obljubljala že vnaprej, ampak bi rada letošnje leto posvetila trdemu delu, zato da se bomo naslednje leto spet zbrali tukaj na enem res odličnem festivalu.
pomlad